6 degrees north of the equator, in the heart of the East Indies, lies Sandakan, the tiny capital of British North Borneo. In Sandakan in 1941, there were 15,000 Asiatics, 79 Europeans, and 1 American. I was the American. My name is Agnes Keith. I was born in Oak Park, Illinois, and graduated from the University of California at Berkeley. My husband is Harry Keith, a colonial official of British North Borneo. Borneo became my home when Harry and I were married. And it was in Sandakan that I bore 1 child and lost another. And it was in Sandakan that we waited, 45 white men, 24 wives, and 11 children, through the anxious days of 1940 and 41, certain only of one thing, that sooner or later, Japanese guns would join in the thunders of war, and Japanese troops would come down through the East Indies. The men waited because it was their duty, the women because it was their choice.
What's he doing? Teasing that ape?
Oh, no, Doctor. They're much friends now.
Is Mrs. Keith in?
Yes, Doctor.
Will you tell her I'm here?
Yes, Doctor.
How are you feeling, young fella?
Fine, Dr. Bandy.
Had any fight yet?
Yes, sir.
That's a good lad. How big was he?
Wasn't a boy.
Oh, you can't start too early at that sort of thing. What did you do? Wallop her?
I ran her all the way home.
Splendid, Georgie.
And then her brother ran me all the way back.
The filthy bully.
Trying to corrupt him again, are you?
Not in the least. Boy's got to learn to protect himself against women.
Inside, darling. It's time to get washed up for luncheon.
Come on, Mr. Grosh.
Bye, Dr. Bandy.
Bye, young fella. Trip her up next time.
Well, what's the verdict?
Which would you like? A girl or another boy?
Then it's definite.
How'd you feel? All right?
Well, mornings, you know.
Perfectly normal. Nothing to be done about that. Drop into the office the first time you're downtown and we'll go into details. How's Harry feel about it?
I haven't told him yet, no thank you. I wanted to wait until it was definite.
You weren't afraid, were you?
Afraid of what?
Afraid to tell him.
Well, of course not. Why should I be?
Situation, I mean, the war and all that.
Oh. Do you really think they'll come?
I'm afraid I do, eventually.
I can't believe it. I really can't.
Well, I hope not, of course, but I think we ought to be prepared for it anyway.
But how? How can you prepare for it? Well, I'm really ashamed to think of what I might do if they came.
Now, if the Japs were to come here, probably have to drag me down out of those hills.
I know that's where they'll find me.
Oh, no. You won't be here anyway. The government will clear out all you women and children. That gives me an idea. I played Charlie and Charlie's aunt a couple of years ago. I wonder what I did with that dress. That's what I'll do this very night, by George. I'll dig up that dress and try it on. Goodbye, Agnes.
Goodbye, Doctor, and thank you.
How'd you like to take a little trip, darling?
Trip where?
Home, back to the States, you and Georgie.
Are you beginning to worry, too?
No, not altogether, but it is liable to get a little rough out here. No need taking too many chances, you know.
No, I don't want to go. I don't want to leave you. I want to be with you whatever happens.
What about Georgie?
We'll have to send him out, I guess. But I've made up my mind about myself. I'm sticking with Papa.
No matter what Papa thinks?
No matter whatever.
What about the government? Would you listen to it?
Oh, if the government puts me out, then I'll have to go, but not otherwise.
All right, then we'll leave it up to the government. You know, I never knew before that you were a woman of steel.
Oh, I'm not. I'm a woman of tinfoil. I'm scared to death already. You're just my Bill, I guess.
Name happens to be Harry.
Oh, yes, of course, I forgot. Just my Harry, I meant.
You have very nice hands, darling.
Still?
Always. Ah Yin tells me Doc Bandy was here this morning. Anything wrong?
No, I just wanted him to look at George's throat.
Newsflash, newsflash. We interrupt this program to tell you that the Japanese have attacked the American naval base at Pearl Harbor in the Hawaiian Islands. This is all the information we have at the moment.
And then we waited. For 5 weeks from that December morning, we waited for the voice of command and authority to give us our orders. On January 11th, we got them.
To all British subjects in the state of North Borneo. The enemy occupied Jesselton this morning and may be expected in Sandakan at any hour now. You'll be doing your duty by remaining at your posts. Meet the enemy, resist passively, do not cooperate. We are sorry, but we cannot help you.
A nice night they picked for it, too.
Very inconsiderate people.
$247, please.
Hello?
Did you have the radio on?
Yes, I heard it. Is there any sign of them yet?
No, but we have a guard on the point to let us know. No need to worry too much yet. It may all be very simple and routine. We're going down to the dock to show them that we're not armed. You're to take Georgie straight to Government House. All the women and children are to gather there and stay under orders until we know what's what. You understand?
Yes, I'm packing now. But when will I see you?
I'll catch up with you later. And try not to worry, dear. I know everything's going to be all right. How's Georgie? Has he noticed anything yet?
No. He's a little angel. Very pleased to be up so late.
Give him a big hug from me and tell him I'm counting on him to help his mother.
All right, darling. Harry, listen. Be very careful, will you?
Don't worry, dear. I won't do anything foolish. And I'll see you a little later. Goodbye, darling.
No, not yet, but any minute now, I guess.
What you think they do, Missy?
I don't know, Ian. I don't even like to think about it. What about your friends?
Very good friends. When time comes, they take me away to the hills. No one find me.
Come here, darling.
Coming around the point.
Yes, Emmett. What did the guard say?
They're coming at motor launches, but the boy couldn't tell how many.
Doesn't matter. 1,000, 10,000 makes no difference. Should we start, gentlemen?
Might as well. Do the honors properly.
You go home quickly. Thank you. Here, Georgie, take your panda. Goodbye. I'd put my wristwatch away if I were you. Oh, thank you. I intended to.
What is it, Mommy? What was that gun?
You have to be quiet, darling.
But what was it?
おい、ここは楽だな。シンガポールとはだいぶ違うな。
Charles! Charles!
なんだこれは？何かの介護か？君、どうでもせ。何をしているのか？
I'm sorry, I don't understand Japanese.
Stay away from me, you bloody jet.
おお、怖いな。
Mother! Mother!
Okay, stand up, everybody. When Japanese officer enter, stand up, everybody, and bow to officer. Now, bow to Japanese officer.
And why isn't there any petrol here?
We dumped it. Those were my orders, and I obeyed them, precisely as you obey yours.
What do you mean, orders? You are not a soldier. You are a civilian. You told me so yourself.
I'm a civilian, but I'm also an official, subject to the orders of my government.
And what else did you destroy?
Certain pieces of machinery, some boats, a few bridges.
And your stocks of oil, too, I suppose?
All of it.
And you still expect to be treated as a civilian?
I had my orders.
You had your orders from a general in Singapore, and they were military orders. You have probably committed 40 acts of war in the past 24 hours, and yet you stand there and try to tell me you are a civilian, that we are all civilians, so that it doesn't count. What do you take me for? A complete fool?
The rules of war defining a civilian and civilian rights are perfectly clear, and I'm sure you're quite familiar with them. I'm asking for nothing that I'm not entitled to. And if I may say...
Never use that voice to me again.
Oh, wait a minute. You've absolutely no right.
Perhaps you had better understand this now, at the very beginning. I'll take none of your British arrogance, none of it. We are in charge here now, the Nipponese army.